Why don't you share a little bit with me about some of the issues that you'd like to look at? Just things that have been happening to you, how you've been.
Okay. As I mentioned to you before, I just came back from a trip to California.
Mm-hmm.
And I was basically there on my own. And I realized that, as always, issues that we had worked on last year were coming up again, which is my not experiencing my aliveness. And it took me quite a while to realize that part of it was loneliness,
Yeah.
and very much a feeling of separateness from others, even though others say that they experience me as being alive and
with them
and communicating with them and being there for them. There's a part of me that feels detached, and part of that was coming up was really trying to understand. We talk so much about trance, and I find myself trancing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, I'm very confused about trance. And
what do you feel like when you're trancing?
In a sense, detached.
Okay.
And maybe at this point, I'm confused about, is there a difference between detachment as taught, say, in the spiritual schools or the Buddhist schools of detachment, as versus being detached in a way where I'm not connected.
You're not connected, right?
Right.
So your experience of being detached right now is feeling not connected. Or that trance feeling is when you withdraw. And you're not connected.
I think so. I think so, and I'm getting to the stage now where I'm really saying, what are other people experiencing? I say that I'm not experiencing being alive, but are other people experiencing it any different way? They just accept where they're at, or am I actually having a different experience?
Okay.
Am I missing some kind of aliveness?
Okay. Okay. All right. So, like that, eh? Okay, Rob. Take a few easy, deep breaths. That's it. What is it like for you to feel alive? Describe Rob alive. What do you like when you are feeling very alive?
I feel, well, the word alive, vital.
Vital.
Yes.
Okay.
I feel that I wake up in the morning with energy to want to jump up and run out and greet the world, greet the sunshine, and move.
And move. Okay. So how do you move when you're greeting the sunshine? When you're in the morning when you get up and you greet the sunshine?
Now, when we say in the morning when I get up, this is not my normal experience. I mean, because my normal experience is not one of getting up with this sense of vitalness, but I remember having experienced it.
Getting up with a sense of vitalness.
Right. At rare times in my life.
What was one of those times? Go back to one of those times that you experienced getting up with great vitality when you got up, greeting the sun.
Okay, I remember a time when that happened, a summer
Yes.
when that happened. when I would rise before anyone else.
Yeah.
When I would arise before an alarm clock would go off, at dawn or pre-dawn.
Mm-hmm.
And this was in a community that I was spending some time at.
Mm-hmm. So, community of people who live together.
Who were there to do workshops and
To
so forth.
learn and
To
be
learn,
together.
learn and be
Mhm.
together.
Mm-hmm.
That I went there to also be a fellow learner and wound up with this vitality, starting to like take on tasks and become involved in the community on another level, other than just
So you went there to be a learner,
learner.
a student,
Right.
and then you began to feel this vitality.
Right. Washing. I volunteered to wash the dishes, for instance. You know, go from my career in New York of pushing papers and you know, to being so excited about the prospect of being the dishwasher and you know, which led to other things, and just having that energy, being the one to get up to ring the bell to wake everybody else up, instead of be the last person to arise in the morning, which is the way it would be in New York.
So there's something about you being in the country, in a community, and I imagine this community did some spiritual work too?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Versus being in New York, having to get up to go to work or to push the papers around or whatever.
Drudgery.
Drudgery. Okay. So right here underneath your back and your shoulder, that's heavy.
That shoulder in particular.
Yeah. What is it that you want to let go of, this drudgery or this heaviness that you feel in New York? What can we do to support you letting that heaviness go?
Well, that shoulder is filled with feeling.
Filled with feeling, a lot of feeling. Yes, I can feel that. Yeah.
I mean, there's the physical feeling,
Yes.
like a discomfort,
Right.
but there's also like sadness in there.
Yes, I feel the sadness. And you start gently, Rob, with I'm sad. I'm sad.
I'm sad.
Yes.
I'm sad. I feel like my life is wasted. Unfulfilled.
Yeah. And what does that vital Rob say to the one that's heavy, sad, and unfulfilled?
I don't know how to wake you up.
Mm-hmm. Say that again, Rob. I don't know how to wake you up.
I don't know how to wake you up. You're sluggish, inert. And no matter how much I push you and prod you, nothing seems to really make you come alive. It all seems or feels like it's really fake.
Yeah. And when you were in that community, ringing the bells at 5 in the morning before dawn, did that feel fake?
No, I didn't think about it.
Okay.
I just loved it.
Do you remember which hand you hit the gong with? The left or the right?
My right.
They're right. Okay. So imagine the gong in your hand. That's right. Imagine the gong in your hand. And describe what is the countryside like. What are you looking at as you prepare to hit the gong?
A rolling meadow, green meadow.
A rolling green meadow. Say that again. A rolling green meadow.
A rolling green meadow.
Your back loved that. Your back and your chest just loved a rolling green meadow. Okay, so there's a rolling green meadow. What else do you see as you prepare to hit the gong?
Apple trees.
Apple trees. Wonderful, wonderful apple trees. Rolling green hills.
And stone
And
buildings. Stone buildings. It was like at a school. You know, they were on the campus of an old, like, stone building school with ivy on the walls.
So an old stone buildings with ivy on the walls, and rolling hills with apple orchards. And there's Ron. Who's Ron?
Who's Ron?
I just thought of Ron. Okay. There's Rob.
Right.
Do you know a Ron?
Do I know Ron? Not well.
Not well.
Not well.
Okay. There you go. So there's Rob getting ready to hit the gong.
Right. It's got a rope.
It's got a rope. Okay. It's got a rope. All right. So now, with that energy, looking at the mountains and the apple orchard and the beautiful stone houses with ivy, beautiful ivy, Rob is getting ready to hit the gong, which is wake up. What else is that gong?
Wake up.
It's wake up, right?
Right.
It's a wake up.
It's a pretty good image.
It's a good image. All right, so you get ready, and when you're ready to hit the gong that says wake up, you go ahead and add whatever you want to that. Not only wake up, anything else you want.
Wake up! Wake up!
Mm-hmm.
And the bluebirds fly out of the apple trees.
Right, right.
Wake up!
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, wake up.
Tell that to Rob, too. Rob.
Rob, wake up.
Yeah.
Rob, wake up.
Yeah.
The sky's turning blue.
Yeah. Sky's turning blue. Mm-hmm. Anything else you want to say to Rob while you have this energy and hitting the gong? And
Well, what just came up for me,
yes,
and it's like maybe it's the intellectual kicking in,
that's fine.
was like, well, the confusion, is this now trance? Is this kind of where you're really breathing and you're really just breathing in nature and experiencing the air and the
Mm-hmm.
and the outdoors and the grass? That aliveness I can't seem to reconcile with the aliveness of that other nitty-gritty of living in a more mundane, paper-pushing world.
Okay. So the Rob that hits the gong, that's alive and says, wake up, everybody.
Yeah.
Talk to the Rob that's pushing the papers. So you've got two Robs, very distinctly two Robs. You've got a Rob that knows how to hit the gong, wake up the whole community, is excited, sees the birds coming out of the apple trees, the houses, and then you got a Rob that trudges off every day and pushes papers and gets things done and administers that everything is working smoothly. And it's two very different energies.
Right, and somehow the second is the one that's supposed to be the proper one, or the correct one, or the alive one, and the other one is
Which, the second one?
the paper pushing one.
The paper pusher, okay?
Right.
Is
That's
supposed to be
the
what?
responsible one.
Okay, the paper pusher that drudges off every day to push the papers and make sure that everything's working at his job is the responsible one. And the one hitting the gong and waking everybody up?
My spiritual side knows that's the real one, but it's so difficult to allow that person to be.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you willing to do a little experiment?
Okay.
We'll try it out, see what happens. Send the gong-hitting Rob to Brooklyn to your job. What would the gong-hitting Rob do when he'd go to his job?
Break down the walls.
Go ahead, break down the walls. Come into the building. Which walls do you want to break down?
The four walls that contain me.
Okay, so first breaking down the four walls that contain you,
Pushing them away.
pushing them, making more space.
Making more space.
Yeah, it sounds like you have a very small space where you go to.
Right. It's a cubicle.
That's what I was just thinking. So I don't want to be in this cubicle.
I don't want to be in this cubicle.
Good. Say that again.
I don't want to be in this
Good.
cubicle.
Again.
I don't want to be in this cubicle.
Right. That's right. That's right.
I want to see the walls come crashing down. Walls falling, like a stage set. All the four
Right.
walls fall in different directions, like
Striking the set.
they're just flats that fall out.
Right.
And then I'm left in a big space.
That's right. Just feel that space, Ron. That you really, your essence really wants a much bigger space than a cubicle, both physically and psychically. You don't want to be put in a cubicle.
I don't want to be put in a cubicle.
No, that's very clear to me. Very clear to me that your spirit, your character, who you are, does not want to be in a cubicle. Ah, wonderful, wonderful breath. That's right. Okay, so that's very clear.
But then I'm in an open space.
That's right. Open space.
And I'm alone.
Mhm.
There are no boundaries.
Right. Nothing.
What do I do with all this space?
That's quite a polarity from the cubicle.
Right?
So you went from the cubicle, you knocked down the walls, and now you're in a big open space with no boundaries. So what would you like to do in a big open space with no boundaries?
Breathe.
Breathe. All right. Okay. So breathe. All right. So when you're in an open space with no boundaries, you can start breathing. Really taking in the breath of life. Wonderful breath of life. And as this breath of life travels through you, what else would you like to be doing in that open space that has no boundaries? Doesn't tell you to stop.
Hearing the echo.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the sky and in the hills, and it's also like a big, big open theater, you know, like a big opera house with, you know, all that space out there
Huge space.
to like be able to breathe into instead of be confined in a little box.
It feels to me, your body, your soul, everything that you're saying feels to me that at this time in your life is very painful and difficult for you to be confined in a cubicle and in a box.
But I'm so scared to get out of it.
I know. Especially if you go to a space that has absolutely no boundaries.
Right.
Right? Let's construct something in between that's not quite as large and has no boundaries. What would be in between the cubicle, that's very confining, and the space that's boundless? Because that's scary. This one you don't like, it's a killer, and this one is scary. So what could be something in between?
Well, it's the space that the unknown Rob inhabits.
Mm-hmm.
The space that the unknown Rob that I'm scared to explore or find out who he is.
What does
His
his space
space.
look? Yeah. What does his space look like? What does that space look like? The Rob that's unknown.
It's got the smell of the sea, air.
That space has the smell of the sea air.
Right.
Yes.
Lots of ions.
Lots of ions.
Fresh air.
Fresh air.
Fresh air.
Yes.
And enriching colors, greens and vibrant, healing but vibrant colors, not dead colors. But secure.
Yes. So let yourself see that space, Rob, with healing colors, green and soft healing colors, the smell of the ocean and lots of air, and yet it's secure. So that part of you yearns to be in a healing space that has fresh air and is secure.
And not scary so that I have to close down.
Yes. And be just big enough that you feel secure and not have to close down.
I want to be able to take this space with me wherever I go.
Yes. And it does. That space, that Rob, you, that smells the sea air and has beautiful healing colors, is within you and goes wherever you go. Just what you said. You take that with you wherever you go. You take that with you. Yeah. And that could be very exciting to know that you could take that everywhere, wherever you go, you take that with you. And sometimes when you're in that cubicle and feel very closed in, you close your eyes and remember this wonderful space that has clear air, the smell of the sea salt,
And that it's with me wherever I am.
and it's with you wherever you are. This is with you wherever you are. Yes.
And that it's always.
Always.
Before and now and after.
Forever and ever, Rob. Forever and ever. You will always have your space that has the colors you want, the green, your oasis, your place of nourishment that goes with you all the time, wherever you are, will always be with you.
And that I can be in that space and not be alone.
That's right. You can be in that space and not be alone. You don't have to be in that space alone. So very, very gently, I'd like you to open your eyes very slowly and make contact with me. And know that while you're making contact with me, you can also have that space. You don't have to lose that air, the healing that you feel within you to make contact with me. Just let that go right through. It's very important. So you don't have to be alone. See, I think you thought you had to be alone to have that. But you don't have to be alone to have that. To have that healing, beautiful colors, the clean air, the healing that you need, the love and the healing that you need, and not be alone.
And I have me.
Yes, yes, you have you. And it goes with you wherever you are. It's always with you. That's always a part of you. Never lose that. It's with you forever and ever, in the past, now, the future, forever and ever. It's
And
with you.
I have a me that remembers more than I think.
Yes, you have a you that remembers. You remember very clearly what that feels like. You have wonderful experience of what that feels like. The gong, the bell, the air. Very vivid, very clear, vivid. And that you don't have to be there alone. That you don't have to be there alone.
I have all of creation to support.
You have all of creation to support you. That's right. You have all of creation to support you. You have all of creation to support you. Your eyes are so bright. It's amazing, your color, your eyes. I don't know, a lot of... How you feeling? It's got very hot. You feeling hot? You got very hot.
Yeah, the air feels clean.
The air feels clean, yes. The air feels
Clear.
very clear and clean.
Yeah.
You're very clear.
And you're very, very radiant.
Mm.
It's like many lifetimes.
Oh, many lifetimes. I see that in you, too. We're going in circles right now. Yeah.
You're glowing.
Mhm.
The light around you is extraordinary.
The light around you ain't so bad either. Very powerful.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you to come up very slowly. You would take your time and roll over and come up very easy, very slowly. Very slow. Just take your time. So you can feel that radiance, your radiance that you have, not only lying and imagining it, but sitting. That you can have that with you when you sit.
Yes.
Yeah, you're very clear now. It's really incredible. You are so clear.
Yes, I'm seeing
Face.
it different.
Yeah,
I'm seeing you different.
Your eyes are, it's really. Yeah, that aliveness you were talking about,
Yeah,
that's in every pore.
yeah. And I see your aliveness not only in the outside, but
Inside,
in the inside,
yes.
glowing.
Coming out, yes. Ah. All right, let's see how that feels standing up too. You can have that wonderful part.
On the sand.
On the sand, right, on this wonderful sandy beach. Wonderful sandy beach. That's right. This goes with you all the time, Rob. Whether you're lying, sitting, standing, whether you're in that cubicle, wherever you go. And you can be with me and other people in your life and not have to lose that part of you. It belongs to
Right.
you.
Remember.
Yes, you will always remember that. Anytime you begin to forget and it fades, you'll remember the feeling of the air and the space and the colors, and that's yours. That's your oasis. That's your place.
The bell is right here.
The bell, the gong, the bell is right here. You said it right in your heart. Wonderful. Walk around and we'll see how it feels to walk with this bell, this gong. Yeah, that's right.
The menagerie.
Yes.
Observing.
Yeah. You tell that. You want to tell it to him?
Yes. Hi there.
Okay.
The bell is right here.
Yeah, right.
Feel that bell? You can gong it.
You can gong it. Yeah. He knows. Yeah. We'll put it down over here.
He's a true spirit.
Oh, yes. He's a real character. He takes himself wherever he goes. Doesn't matter. He's in a studio, in my house, in the country. He just...
Dervish.
Yes. Oh, you want to say that to anybody? Just see what it's like to yes.
Abby, I can take this spirit with me wherever I go. I am me wherever I go.
Yes. Yes. Wherever you go with that part.
The gong is me.
The Gong Is Me. That's the name of this This whole piece, the gong is me. I am the gong.
Harry, I am the gong.
I am the gong. That's right.
I am the gong.
I am the gong.
I am the planet.
Uh-huh.
Deborah, I am alive wherever I am.
Yes.
And I can always push out the walls and make my own space.
Yeah. Bravo.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.